very wise question. Is an emerald suddenly flawed if no one admires it? I believe that an emerald is just a rock that has been cut to shape in the shape of what society admires. And so, if we look at it as just a rock, to live believing that it is valuable is to live believing in a lie. We now live in a fast world, a world in which what you say doesn't necessarily have to be true, and I'll cover this later on. And it's also a world in which it's so fast, so globalized, that anyone, anywhere can convince you of the most absurd statement. We live in a sort of digital version of the boy who cried wolf. Only that now, we have no way of knowing whether or not the boy is telling the truth, or if it's merely another lie. And so we choose to believe in these lies, believing in realities that don't really exist. Realities that cause havoc within our societies. People who believe that the earth is flat, that global warming doesn't exist, vaccines are bad, and so much more, are people who believe in these false realities. But the real question is, what happens on the larger scale, on a national and international scale? Well, there we see that one lie, just one lie, can destroy the unity of a nation and of a conglomeration of independent states. Me, coming from Spain, the clearest example I have is that of Catalonia, where the lies of the politicians caused the already existing cracks in Spain to split. Lies that later on these very politicians would admit to publicly. Then, if we look towards Europe, we see Brexit. Brexit was made official on the 24th of July, and on this very day, all the lies involved with its success came out to the public eye. Lies that later on some of the leaders came out to and admitted. For example, the UK would not be saving £35 million per week once they left the EU. These two examples, Catalonia and Brexit, are clear examples as to how society has changed. Now, people don't want the truth. They don't want to think in a critical manner, trying to tell the fake news apart from the real news. No, they just care about the how. How someone says the argument, how the argument is understood, how the public feels as the argument is being said. Now, the clearest example of this, however controversial he may be, is Trump. We can all agree that Trump isn't the most eloquently spoken, nor is he the most honest of people. As a matter of fact, just in his first year of presidency, he told an average of 6 lies per day. So one must wonder, what does he do when he sees himself telling these on TV? Well, it turns out that he mutes the TV and just watches how he speaks. We now live in a dangerous world, a world in which what you say and what you write doesn't mean anything anymore. And so we each create our own reality. What may be true to me may not be true to you. But when it comes to the facts, just like with Brexit and Catalonia, the truth will eventually come out. However, I do believe that there's an exception. Remember that emerald from the start? We are just like this emerald. We too are born and then shaped to fit what society values. These values are ever-changing in this ever-changing world. And so, we must choose our own truth. We must create our own truth. I'll use an example I have never used before. My childhood. Let's just say I didn't have the easiest life growing up. My father's not the type of person that you would technically describe as nice. Most of you would describe him as a sort of psychopath figure. Things escalated so much with him that he ended up kidnapping my sister and I. I tell you this because if it wasn't for how I interpreted that reality, all that has happened to me, then I wouldn't be able to stand here before you all today and tell you what I believe is the most important lesson anyone can learn. And that is to create your own reality. In the end, it is up to you to stand back up again. If you look at all your problems and misery, they'll be just that. But if you look at them as a chance to learn and improve, then you'll grow further than ever before. At the end of every tunnel, there is light. But the only way to get there is to walk onwards. You see, you have to pick your own reality, but you have to pick it Just like Aristotle proved in his virtue theory, there is no perfect way to describe the perfect human being. Just like there's no perfect way to interpret your life. And so I say, let's stop listening to the boy who cried wolf. Let's uncover our eyes to the truth around us. And let's pick our reality for the better, looking at it with positivity. Thank you.
Okay. Are we deluding ourselves by living in our own reality?
Are we deluding ourselves by living in our own reality?
If that is what we define as truth.
Well, whilst I was thinking about this speech, I was sort of thinking about this concept of lying to ourselves. And then I stumbled across something that I believe was thought up by Wunsch, the philosopher, who created the scientific paradigm. Also in psychology we see something similar, where apparently throughout history we go creating our own theories, our own stories. In the past, ages ago, it was religion. Now it's not that popular. Then it has the Industrial Revolution, where we started believing in science, because in the end it is the belief that through our rationality we can achieve knowledge. And so step by step we start creating these stories. In the end, I don't